Hello everyone, my name is Ehiz from Ehiz TV, and beside me is someone I think of as a revolutionary. He's a political activist. He's an individual that is passionate and filled with love for his own people. I know you can see him by my side already. I have Mr. Jabir Hussein here. Thank you for coming, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
It's really my pleasure to be here.
Yes.
And thank you for inviting me. I'm really grateful to you.
Yeah.
What I can speak about me, about the people of Bangladesh. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
it's my pleasure having you. It's my pleasure having you.
thank you.
Before we get into any of the details, before we get into the nitty-gritty of the matter, I did my research on Bangladesh because we need to have a constructive discussion on the people, on the country as a whole. Okay. What can you tell us about Bangladesh? How is it as a country?
Bangladesh is a country in South Asia.
Okay.
And it's one of the smallest country in the world, and it's like overpopulated. There's almost 165 million people living in Bangladesh, and it's the neighboring country of India.
Okay.
And about the independence, it's got its independence in 1971.
Okay.
And our victory day is the 16th of December.
Okay. All right. That means you just celebrated the victory day a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago. Yeah.
Okay. While you were coming over, I did a little bit of research, and I found that the election for your country is in 7 days.
Yes.
7th of January, 2024. And I looked under the comments, and the people were like, "No, this is not election. This is fast. This is not election."
Yes.
Can you shed more light on that?
So, to be honest, I'm really your fan, and I was watching your video in the YouTube.
Thank you.
And I found you are bringing guests, whoever want to speak, want to discuss with you, and you're giving them the platform to speak up. To speak.
Yes.
So that's why I was thinking, if I can get such opportunity to speak about. So I'm really happy that you saw my message and you invited me in your platform to speak.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So, and I wanted to discuss with you about the election in Bangladesh.
Yes.
Which is going to be held in 7th of January 2024. So, about the election, it's not an election.
Why do you say that?
I would say it's just a drama on the name of election. Because Bangladesh is a democratic country. And in a democratic country, the definition of the democracy, if I would say the definition of democracy, is government of the people, for the people, and by the people.
That's right.
Yeah, this is the democracy by Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
So the current government, Awami League, she is not the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. She is forcibly in power since 2009. For 15 years, she's in power. And we saw if we go past two elections, which was held in 2014 and 2018. These two elections was not free and fair election. 2014, BNP and other political parties they boycotted the election because they wanted a caretaker government. And in 2018, they participated in the election. But what we saw, and which is really well documented almost all over the world, and which was being covered by so many media, the ballot boxes was being stuffed the night before the election days in 2018.
And for real?
Yes, and it's not my opinion. It's really well documented.
Are you telling me the media outlets cover this?
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, there is proof. So, and there is another drama going to be held in 2024, and and also this upcoming election has been boycotted by Bangladesh's biggest opposition party, Bangladesh National Party (BNP) and Jamaat Shibir and other 62 pro-democratic political group. They boycotted. Even we saw in the last few days in the news, and political group like BNP, Jamaat, they are allocating leaflet towards the general people in Bangladesh, and they're encouraging them not to go for the vote, and they're saying yes, exactly, we don't have freedom of speech, we don't have right of speech, we can speak up, there's no right for us, so why would go for the vote? Yeah. And
So-
and the government of Bangladesh, the Awami League, and Sheikh Hasina, she doesn't care about this. She's not scared at all, because she knows if there is no opposition, there is no proper election, anyone can really easily guess who can be the next prime minister of Bangladesh. But what we saw previously and other democratic country, there's proper competition between two groups,
Yes.
and there is election, there is vote. General people is casting their vote. They are selecting their government, but she has not been selected by the people of Bangladesh, and she is forcibly in power.
Wow.
And about the boycotting the election,
Yeah.
why they are boycotting? Because they want a caretaker government, and they
Okay.
want the election should be held under a caretaker government. So that's why other political group, opposition group, they are boycotting the election, upcoming election.
Okay. And there have been allegations on the Prime Minister
Yeah,
from corruption to
torture, disappearance,
disappearances. Is there?
brutality, so many things.
What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so for example, Bangladesh former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia, she's been in jail for last few years. Bangladesh Amir Jamaat, his name is Dr. Shafiqur Rahman, he is in jail. Bangladesh BNP National Party's Chief General Secretary Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, who is in jail. Anyone who is a political leader against Sheikh Hasina, either he need to be in jail or he has to flee the country to save his life, or he will be disappeared by her. So that's how it's going on last 15 years, and they are totally sucking the country.
My days, this is such a sad thing to hear.
Yeah.
But in all this, yeah, I respect your courage for coming to share your views
Yes,
on
yes.
what is going on.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, what do you see for the future of Bangladesh?
So I can see the future of Bangladesh. I would encourage the youth
Yeah.
and the other political group, though they has been persecuted day by day, they is being oppressed by the ruling party, and some of them are living outside the country. But we need to get rid from this government to save our country. We need a government who will be elected by the general people vote,
Okay.
but she is in power forcibly. So that's how we can save our country.
Okay. And wow, this was been such a breathtaking segment. You know, soaking in a lot of information about Bangladesh. I never knew that people were going through this type of oppression over there.
Yeah.
You know, it's enlightening, it's eye-opening, and I hope, you know, even though we might not be the ones to create a spark for something, for change, I hope, you know, we are heard, you know, by the people. And we thank young men like yourself for coming out to air your views, you know, and being patriotic in your views. Do you have anything you might want to tell the
Yeah.
audience?
as I said about my country
Yeah.
and about my about the political story of other political group in Bangladesh and how the situation in Bangladesh and how the oppressor party Awami League, how they are oppressing
Yeah.
and they are doing corruption in Bangladesh.
Mm.
They are doing really corruption. They are just almost destroying the country. For example,
Allegedly.
they are destroying the country
Yeah.
because Bangladesh is a small country and it has population I think over 165 million. But if we go back 2009 and Sheikh Hasina, she is in power for 15 years, but still now there are 35 million people in Bangladesh who are living below poverty line, who can't afford a meal in a day. So what is the development? Why you are in the power? So anyone can guess she is not being elected by the willingness of the general people of Bangladesh.
Yes.
And there's lots of corruption. And I really appreciate your time. I don't want to waste your time. So if I would start by saying the history, the corruption, the brutality, the torturing, I can spend like more than 4 or 3 hours. But I would not do that. I really appreciate your time. I will just finish my discussion as soon as possible.
Okay.
So let me say about the corruption. So about the from the report from lots of media, lots of newspaper, we saw lots of member of the parliament, minister, they are laundering money and they are buying luxurious property in Malaysia, Singapore, Canada. They are buying their second home, and we saw their son, their daughter, their son-in-law who are studying outside of the country and who are spending lots of money. But where is that money is coming from? Obviously they are doing money laundering. Even for example, yesterday, last few days ago, I saw a news report, maybe the Daily Star. They reported Bangladesh Land Ministry, whose name is Saifuজ্জামান Javed. He has more than 260 property in UK.
How is that possible?
How is that possible? And he showed he doesn't have any business, he doesn't have any income out of country. So how he is buying the property? And his monthly income is I think 1.65 lakh, something like this. So that's how they are ruling our country. They are almost destroying our country. And about the torturing and murdering, you can say, for example, Bangladesh National Party former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia, she is in jail. Bangladesh Jamaat Islami leader Dr. Shafiqur Rahman, he is in jail. Bangladesh National Party's General Secretary Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, he is in jail. Everyone is jail. Whoever speak up, either you will be in the jail or you will be disappeared, or you have to flee the country to save your life. And since 2009, there has been more than 600 political activists, political leader has been disappeared from Bangladesh, and their loved ones, they didn't even find their dead body, or they don't know if they're still alive or they died. So that's how she's convicting the criminalization. And we saw, according to Al Jazeera news report, they describe Prime Minister as the mother of the mafia. Why? Because she was sheltering the murderer. She was sheltering, General Secretary, former General Secretary of the Army of the Bangladesh, and his brother living in Hungary, and he was being convicted in murder, and she has really good relationship with that guy. So there is lots of things going to happening in Bangladesh.
Wow.
And we want to save our country. We want democracy. We want our freedom of speech. We want our right of the vote. And we want the government to be elected by the vote of general people. So that was everything. If you have any question, then I'm really happy to answer you. If you want to ask me anything.
I don't even think I have any questions. You've answered everything I would have even in your explanations. You've answered questions I might even have thought to ask.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really. This has been an enlightening conversation, like I said, and wow, I'm really blown away.
And also another dramatic thing is, you know, the 7th of January there will be vote.
Yes.
There will be election, but the opposition, they boycotted the election, and she's making another drama there.
Thank you, Mr. Jaber, for coming on this platform to
Thank you for having me.
share your views. And Abraham Lincoln said one thing. He said democracy is for the people, by the people, and of the people. If none of these three elements meets the requirements stated by Abraham Lincoln, then that is not a democracy. I can feel the pain, I can feel the hurt, I can feel his courage, you know, in coming here to share his views. And I hope that one day, you know, Bangladeshi can rise, the Bangladeshi can rise amongst all this, and I believe it can happen. I mean, you know, every year we celebrate the victory from Pakistan for the independence. I know we are fighters. You know, I know they don't give up. I know they are courageous. I know they are brave. I know there are people who believe that things will change one day. You know. Thank you for coming, Mr. Jaber.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having this. Is such an eye opener to what our brothers are going through in the Middle East. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here,
Thank
sir.
you.